Alright. Oh shit, I started a little bit early, but it's all good, it's all good. Don't worry about it. Pretend like that never happened. Hey, it's your cousin Billy. If I recall correctly, we're going to uh, follow the running man, Mr. Clean. Hey,
What now?
I have a message from Malleolus.
Yeah? Who's it from?
me.
The Emperor. He knows Malleolus's real name is Quinctius, thanks to Claudia, and demands he withdraw from the election and release Ulpius and Iulia immediately.
Are you out of your mind, farm boy?
Yes, that's enough.
What? You're not going to listen to this, dog, are you?
Galerius, all right, I'll withdraw, and Ulpius and Julia are free. I trust our business is concluded.
Yes, that ought to do it. So, go and tell Ulpius the good
Hi.
news then.
Oh god. Alright. Come on, Mr. Clean. Oh wait, no, we need to talk to Rufius.
Name's Wolf.
About
What
your
the-
rheumatism. Figure out
Willow. Fine. I.
you're gonna
Melly-
vote for.
No. Fine.
Talk about something else. We'll be going
See.
now. Okay, so I have to make Galerius a voter. Okay. Galerius, where are you going now?
Citizen.
Alright, he's right here. He doesn't look like he's going anywhere. Thank you, Whisper.
Yulia!
What are you doing?
So glad you didn't go through with it.
It wasn't for lack of trying. And now Malleolus is going to. Wait, why do you look so happy?
We're free. Malleolus just released us and we never have to set foot in that villa. Ken,
What? How?
Galerius arranged it.
Come on, Galerius.
Really?
Everyone's gonna love Galerius.
Incredible. Oh, what a relief. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. Just rest up, get your strength back. And we'll celebrate properly when you're ready.
I will. Thank you, Ulpius. I will.
Alright. Galerius. He's not busy. I don't understand.
Shalom, Fred.
You're gonna vote
Galerius.
for
All right, friend.
Galerius. He's busy? I don't understand he's busy.
Citizen.
You're gonna vote
Malleolus. No. Fine.
for... Malleolus is
You're-
not... God damn it. He's not busy though.
Don't believe. A word they tell you.
I know where the Greek plaque is, I just can't get it. Such a dick. Oh wait. Do we have to... Dacius, you're not actually busy.
Hello? Hello.
May please have it.
But.
Blah blah blah.
Ye-
Galerius. Okay.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it.
Alright. Decius.
Hello there. Well,
You know, believe me.
oh well.
Who are you gonna vote
Sen-
for? Would
Yeah.
you vote for Galerius? Would a gift change your
Certainly.
mind? Here's
Pleasure doing
3,000
business.
denarii.
Very well.
Alright. He's voted. We have everyone.
Golden bow, just like Apollo and Diana's.
Yeah, you like it? It's fucking hot, isn't it? Alright. Let's go to the farm. Because it looks like that's where Galerius is heading. Yep.
Don't
Hey.
you just love springtime?
Where are you going, Galerius?
Salve again, friend. I went and did his. How is it?
We live in the same
you're
day over and over
Sisyphus.
again.
Sisyphus, he was forcing Tantal. Oh.
Go
Anyway,
on.
I don't know what. So I'll tell you what. I'll keep doing. Oh, and I'm in the running for magistrate. Feeling kind
Cool.
of nervous, but I'm hoping it'll all be.
I have a feeling you'll do
Oh.
great.
Now, I'm going to keep your secret. Although, it's not as if I'll remember this next time we talk anyway, right?
That's true. Where do you go? Oh my god, Galerius, stop.
I saw you slide down that. And. Oh, anyway.
I already delivered a flower to Equitia on your
What?
behalf.
How did you know? Oh, I see.
Don't believe a word.
If you know it's from you, blah
That is
blah
the
blah
be-
blah.
I wish there was something. All I can do is tell you where there's a.
Don't worry about it, I
Thank
don't
you,
need anything
friend.
from you.
In the rock tunnel near. If you can.
I'll be
Alright.
going now. Alright, now that he's in the running, I can talk to our old friend up there. Right? Please still be there. Yes, he's still there.
Citizen.
I
Sentius.
hope you're coping.
I think I'm
No.
gonna change that. You said you owe me one, remember? Galerius.
But no more favor.
Alright,
You
now I'm all set. Everyone is voting for Galerius, I think. Or at least majority of people are voting for Galerius. As many people as I can get are voting for Galerius. And that's all that really fucking matters, right? Let's talk to Georges again real quick.
Ah,
Hey.
a fellow. My friend.
I know.
And but the
Alright.
I hope
How do I find... Yeah, the majority of voters are definitely voting for Galerius now, but now I need to find Equitia.
citizen.
If I can find Equitia...
Isn't
Perfect.
the great temple a new face?
Hey, what's the status of the election?
It'll be. Why do you?
Can we start the
As
election
I
now?
said, I'm planning to hold it before dusk, but I suppose I could hold it sooner, if there's a good reason.
Holding it earlier may prevent conflict between the voters.
Yes, I have overheard some rather unpleasant arguments. The last thing we need here is additional conflict. Very well. I'll get things started
Hell yeah,
right
we don't have to
away.
wait around. I'm glad they added this.
Citizens, it is time. Let us meet to elect our magistrate.
Time to go to the theater.
Sentius. Oh, that's Rufius, okay. Dooley, we're busting you out of here. I think everyone is gonna be voting for Galerius. Hopefully. Should I stand with my boy Decius? Georges. Oh, maybe Georges. I like Virgil up, but no, I'm not standing next to Ulpius. Right now, I'm chilling with Georges. Virgil, but then I have to be standing next to Ulpius. No, me and George. Hello? Horatius, personal space, please. Fucking social distance, asshole.
Citizens, we have a quorate body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate. The
Oh wait, I
candidates
can't
are
vote. I forgot.
Sentius Imperiosus and late nominee Gallus Galerius.
I have to stand like up here, I guess.
Malleolus Verges withdrew his candidacy earlier today. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Right, we know.
Georgius,
Galerius. He saved the life of my dear friend Fabia.
Dacius,
Galerius.
Hell yeah.
Sentius.
Wait, what?
Ulpius,
Galerius, the man who saved my life.
Rufius,
The man who treated my rheumatism. Galerius.
Hell yeah, we did it.
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Gallus Galerius Helva.
What?
It has been decided. Magistrate Galerius, would you like to make a brief address?
I just want to say, this isn't something I ever wanted. Now that you put your trust in me, I'm going to do everything I can not to let you down. I'll need some time to put...
Hey, what would have happened if Sentius won? Because we know the time loop has to happen again after Sentius loses to Maleficent, because he tries to kill him. But what would happen? I imagine something bad would happen to Sentius. Someone would be like fed up.
Put together a list of the changes I want to make around here. But I promise you, there will be changes. My first order is that Dooley is to be freed.
Hell yeah.
Horatius, release him from his cell immediately. Please. Wait, do I need to say please? I suppose not. That's it. You can all get on with your day. Nothing else to see here. Move along.
Okay, let's let him out. Let him out. Let him out. Whoa, he's fucking fast. He's a fast as fuck boy. He did not do it. Hey, guess what? He didn't do it.
Wonder how much one of these statues
It
is
gladdens
worth
my
on
heart
outside.
that Galerius set poor Dooley free. I
Blood
will
Galerius
take
won. He deserved it.
Hell yeah, Rufius.
Fortune smiles on you today, Julius. Magistrate Galerius here has ordered your release.
You're going to let me out?
Hell yeah, we are.
Sorry it took so long, my friend. And it wouldn't have happened at all if it wasn't for a newcomer. So be sure to offer your thanks when you can.
I will. I will. Thank you, Galerius.
Magistrate Galerius.
So happy.
I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got a lot of work ahead of me. Why don't you go to the baths? Then tell Georgius I said you could have some new clothes. Then I want you to go home and rest.
Hell yeah.
I'll speak with you soon, Dooley.
Get the fuck out of here. This fucking man. Look, I love him. He's a good boy. Letter from Sentius to Dooley. Oh, yeah. We already read this before. Now we've got it. We got all the plaques.
Hello? I'm Dooley. Magistrate Galerius.
We already
said I
met
should
Dooley.
thank the newcomer. Are you the newcomer?
Yes. We met before,
Oh.
Dooley.
Sorry. I don't remember things so good. But thank you. You're a big helper.
I'm a big helper.
I was locked up, but they let me out again. I'm so happy.
You're welcome.
You can have my shiny plaque if you want.
Oh,
and
yeah, I already
maybe
grabbed
you can
that.
help me find my treasure. My friend Hannibal used to look after me, and he said he always would. But then he died. But before that, he told me if anything ever happened to him, I had to find something very precious.
What was
He
it?
gave me a key to the cisterns and told me to keep it safe. He said there's something very precious way up high. Please help me find it. Please. I had to keep it a secret until I found someone I could trust.
Alright, I'll help you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you find it. In the cisterns, way up high, Hannibal said. Oh, look over there. Something.
Oh god, he's distracted. Alright, so let's finish up this lead then, right? Upper cistern.
I can see it for myself.
So that means I go here. So everyone's happy now.
It's so lovely to see Dooley out.
Yep.
Hey, you're not thinking about going into the...
The many
Wait,
shall
what?
suffer for the
Why?
sins of the one.
Hold on, no. No.
Maybe it is treasure.
Interesting. I've got an idea now.
Lovely to see Dooley out and about again.
Wait. No, I don't want to do the Herculean task. I want to do Heart of Gold. What?
The many shall
Why?
suffer for the sins.
I don't understand what's happening. What is happening? Why is it freaking out anytime I go close to the cistern?
Maybe it is treasure.
There's gotta be a reason for it. How does it know that I've got the key to the cistern? What if we go...
It's so lovely to see Dooley out and about
What if we try and go a different way?
Oi! How did you get in there, you cheeky little stirkers? If I cop an earful from Malleolus, I'll be coming for you.
Strange day. Just this morning I was sure.
The many
What's
shall
going on?
suffer for the sins.
What? Is there something that's happening
Is treasure.
beyond that I'm not seeing? Let's go with the obelisk. If we run to the obelisk,
Salve.
is something happening that I'm not controlling that's causing it? Yes.
The many shall suffer for the sins
I don't know what's
of the
causing it.
one.
Yea, though I walk through the valley.
No, I'm not following fucking Sentius. Let me in. What is happening? Something's breaking. What's going on? Why? What's happening? I don't understand what's happening. And now everything's black? Oh god. Okay, fine. We'll take the fucking hit. Alright? Why can't... This is zip line. Okay, there we go. Jesus Christ. And I'm stuck? Okay. Whoop. No, 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 no. We're doing run. We're doing run. Well, we have all 4 plaques, so we can just do the obelisk thing first. Oh god. I thought I had it. I don't understand. Letting Dooley out did something. He probably stole something. Oh god, that's why. Dooley stole something. That run is forfeit. I need to take... Okay, we're gonna have you do everything.
Alright,
That's it, go as fast as you can. Okay. Let's take a look at Heart of Gold, because now we know that it wasn't actually... Dooley did something. Dooley fucking stole something. They were right to lock him away. Fucking Dooley, man.
How come you're allowed a weapon and I'm... Hey! You're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
Yes,
Nobody's
why?
told you about Hannibal? So, there was this guy called Hannibal, right? Funny accent. Used to go down into the cisterns looking for junk he could clean up and sell. One day, a few weeks back, he comes out and tells me the cisterns are haunted. Said he could hear spirits wailing. Of course, nobody believed him, because who trusts a Carthaginian, right? Anyway, a few days later, he goes back in. And hours go by, and he hasn't come back out yet.
So that's the gold statue
So
I fought
I
in there.
go
Why did
down
he let me
after
go before?
And it's dark. But in the distance, I can just make out his body, sprawled out on the ground. And hunched over him was something that made my blood run cold. No word of a lie. I saw a creature. Like the corpse of a man who'd been flayed. And it was eating Hannibal.
What did you
What
do?
any sane person would have done. I legged it out of there and put a sign at the door to warn the other.
That was a great story. I'm still going
Whoa.
down there. Oh, okay, so you don't actually stop me from going down there. What are you talking about? Save error? No, it looks like it's saving. I don't think it's a save error. There we go. Sorry about Hannibal. Oh god. Oh, I made it. Oh my god. That was like a failure jump. You saw that? It was like one of those like videos where a cat like amps himself up and then fucks up completely. Alright, we're going to ignore you. The upper cistern, huh? Man. Come on, man. Oh, hello? Oh. There we go. have all my leads done. So I just have to do a Herculean task. Hades, Lord of Many, grant me an audience. Nurgle, the Fierce One, grant me an audience. Osiris, Lord of Silence, grant me an audience. And then Pluto, Father of Riches, grant me an audience. Alright. Hades, Lord. Oh, now we have to do Osiris. Oh, it wasn't we just had to like. Okay, I get it now. Osiris. And now Nurgle. What the fuck is... excuse me? Hello? Am I in the Matrix? What's going on? Hello? Oh my god, that's the Earth. We're in space. Oh my god, it's a Milky Way. What the fuck is going on? It's aliens. Aliens!
And here you are. Allow me to introduce myself. As you have already gathered, I've been known by many names. Nergal to the Sumerians, Osiris to the Egyptians, Hades to the Greeks, and Pluto to the Romans. But the one constant through it all has been my title, God of the Underworld. And I've been watching you with curiosity, mortal.
I'm sure you
Ever
have.
since your arrival. You are unlike the others, aren't you? And what is more, you carry a weapon that was never intended for mortals to wield, and you do it so brazenly. But there will be time for your reckoning later. First, as a reward for undoing the desecration of my obelisk, I will allow you to satisfy your curiosity. Ask what you will.
What's your story? What's your story?
My story is many thousands of years long. You will need to be more specific. What do you wish to know?
Are you an alien? Or you're a god?
It is a matter of perspective. God
Yeah, you're
is
an
a label
alien.
I was given by the mortals, not what I gave myself. Your ancestors revered me because to them, my knowledge and technology made me incomprehensibly powerful, just as you might seem so to an insect. But despite all that, there are rules even I must obey.
Why do you look and sound like a man?
Akin and I all adopted
You can't
this
just say
form
that.
long ago, so that we might better understand and communicate with your kind. In time, we grew fond of the sensory delights it affords: desire, joy, ecstasy, even rage and sorrow, while an acquired taste can be addictive.
May I see your true form?
Long ago, I swore to Persephone that I would remain in this form for as long as we remained among your kind. I must honor that.
Who's the woman on your... Is that Proserpina?
This is my beloved. Like me, she has been
Oh,
known by
shit.
many names. Ereshkigal to the Sumerians, Isis to the Egyptians, Persephone to the Greeks, and Proserpina to the Romans. Or perhaps you might know her as the goddess of springtime, the cycle of life and renewal. Your gaze lingers
Okay.
too long.
Ah, don't look at my woman. Who's that on your right?
That is my servant. You would have met by the river, though she wears many faces
Charon.
and goes by many names. Kumutubal to the Sumerians, Kirti to the Egyptians, Charon to the Greeks, and Charon to the Romans.
Charon
Her
to the
role is
Greeks and
ferry
Charon to the
souls
Romans.
Between the mortal world and this one, and to make their transition as seamless as possible. For that, she earned herself the infamous, if erroneous, moniker, the Ferryman. You will talk more later. For now, ask your questions.
Talk about something
As you
else.
wish.
What is this place?
It's
Why are we in a
come to be known
spaceship?
simply as the Underworld.
This is a spaceship.
And it exists because of a wager I made long ago.
What? What was the wager you made?
That is a long story. One that began over 3,000 years ago and continues to this day. You see, long ago, my kin and I set out from our home on Elysium to
Elysium.
search for other forms of life among the stars. We discovered your planet and witnessed your kind evolving from primates into something lawless and barbaric. You all but destroyed yourselves, your 2 short lives being extinguished by violence and ignorance and disease. Yet Proserpina saw raw potential in you, and persuaded the rest of us it would be squandered without our intervention and stewardship. So we revealed ourselves to your people in a place called Sumer. We offered
Sumerians.
guidance in agriculture,
Oh, man.
toolcraft, and law, and you called us gods. For a time you flourished, but soon you were too many for us to oversee. And as you spread from that cradle of civilization, we saw something disturbing. We had sown the seeds of dependency and confusion, and soon you returned to your old ways of violence and ignorance, this time in our name. My kin had seen enough, and gave up on your kind, condemning you as barbaric and chaotic, scarcely more than animals. We began preparations to return to Elysium, our home world, a utopia unspoilt by conflict and unimaginable in its beauty. But my Proserpina could not bear to abandon your kind without guidance, and knowing it would force the rest of us to leave her behind, she made an extraordinary sacrifice. She gave up her immortality
shit.
to descend permanently to the ranks of humans.
Is she Equitia?
And so she began her inescapable trajectory toward death. Horrified, I acted swiftly.
Equitia
I
just
placed
doesn't
her in
seem like,
suspended animation
you know,
in a
she seems
deep
a little bit
frozen
more than
sleep
just
to
immortal.
prevent age and sickness from claiming her. And then I pleaded with Proserpina's father, who the Romans called Jupiter, to bring her with us to Elysium. It was and is my hope that once there, we might one day learn to undo what she has done to herself. But he refused. I did everything I could to persuade him, but he would not relent. He would rigidly uphold his final pronouncement. Humans were unworthy of ascension to Elysium, and no exceptions would be made. But seeing that I was aggrieved, he proposed a wager, the terms of which were as follows. If even one human city could prove itself capable of living without sin for a single year, then Proserpina and all of humanity would be permitted to join us in Elysium.
Oh shit.
My part
That's
would
why
be
I
to
did the
remain
golden rule.
behind, the last of my kind, to watch over you without interfering, and to sit in silent judgment. And so my reward has been to languish here, enduring a 3,000-year winter, waiting for the day your kind proves itself worthy of her faith in you, so that I might take her with me to Elysium and unthaw my goddess of springtime. And here I am, after all this time.
And thaw
still
her.
waiting.
Wait, did I misunderstand that? Is she not Equitia? Is she not like an actual mortal? Is she like kind of like suspended? Who are your kin?
There were also gods who, like me, have been known by many names, but perhaps you knew them by their Roman names. Our leader, Jupiter, as well as Neptune, Saturn, Juno, Minerva, Mars, Venus, Apollo,
Minerva.
Diana, Vulcan, Vesta, Ceres, and of course, my beloved Proserpina.
Who built
As
the
the
city?
first wave of your kind arrived from Sumer, I had them build a city in their own fashion, so that they might be comfortable and recreate their lives here. I had them build the entrance as a vertical shaft leading to baths, to cleanse them of the sins of their former lives, and to prevent escape. I watched wave after wave of Sumerians arrive, and as their civilization declined over the centuries, they were replaced by Egyptians. Of course, believing themselves to be the superior civilization, the Egyptians promptly built over what had been built before, made all the same mistakes.
Same with
After
the
another
Greeks, same with the
1,000 years,
Romans.
The Greeks began to arrive, and then the Romans.
Yeah, we
All the same.
we understand.
They built upon the underworlds of their predecessors, renamed their gods, and ensured their foundations were forgotten.
How do you decide who comes here?
To ensure the wager was fair, it was important that my subjects were chosen at random. To this end, I had my
Charon.
servant distribute 1,000
Ah,
tokens
yes.
fashioned from silver. a
Now
rare
it's starting to
element
make
at the
sense.
time, across all of Sumer. Whoever died while in possession of one of them would be located by my servant and ferried to this place, with no memory of how they arrived. As the tokens were discovered, they were traded, smelted, and fashioned into trinkets, and eventually coins, spreading to Egypt like seeds on the wind. Later, when they spread to Greece, they would come to be known as Charon's Obol, or as coins for the ferryman. Some placed coins in the mouths of their dead, hoping they would awaken here, though they had no way of knowing which coins were fashioned from the original tokens. In fact, almost all of the tokens are accounted for, only 2 remain. And so after this wave destroys itself,
I thought we were the
as
last
it is
two.
destined to
Me
do,
and Al.
your kind will have squandered the last of its potential to ascend beyond this rock, and Persepolis along with it.
How did humans learn about the underworlds?
It is a regrettable story. One of the first men who came to this place was a king of Sumer, and a troublemaker. To be rid of him, I returned him to his people, on the condition that my servant erased his memories of this place. But the erasure did not take completely, and he told stories of this place as if describing memories of a dream. His tales were committed to writing, which came to be known as the Epic of Gilgamesh, and
good
his
story.
words were twisted and distorted over generations.
I like
Later,
Akinu.
the Egyptians would adapt Sumer's stories of the underworld, making them wildly intricate and labyrinthine. Their Book of the Dead and Book of Gates bore less and less resemblance to this place in their priests' pursuit of profit. Then, when the Greeks began to arrive, they proved far more cunning, and in a series of incidents that will not be repeated, 5 of them escaped.
Yeah, we
A
heard that
warrior
story.
named Heracles, 2 kings named Sisyphus and Theseus, a poet named Orpheus, and a Trojan named Aeneas. They each told embellished tales of this place, how to get here, and how to escape. And so from Sumer to Egypt, Greece to Rome, your kind has always told each other stories about this place, though each story contained only a seed of truth.
Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
Are you responsible for the Golden Rule?
That is merely the name your people have given to it, but yes, it is my doing.
Why turn people into gold? Well, I guess it doesn't kill them.
That is a story dating back to the very first wave. After the Sumerians finished building their city, the self-declared ruler threw a banquet to celebrate. Now this man was unmarried, and many women were vying to become his wife, a prestigious position of power and influence in a new world. Of all the women, 2 were particularly ambitious. Both were beautiful, and both arrived at the banquet wearing eye-catching dresses and painted faces, their hair woven in elaborate fashion. The first woman, recognizing that she would require an advantage to win the ruler's affection, draped herself in jewelry, ornate necklaces, bracelets, and rings fashioned from gold. Seeing this ostentatious display, the second woman grew envious, for she had no such jewelry at her disposal. She prayed aloud to any gods that would listen to clothe her in gold, and when her prayer went unanswered, she took matters into her own hands. While the others indulged at the banquet, the second woman summoned the first for a discussion in a quiet place. She checked that nobody was watching, and pushed her rival from the top of the ziggurat, where she broke her neck on the rocks below. But I was watching, and I decided to answer her prayer. I took the golden bow left behind by Diana, but I shot that woman in the heart, covering her from head to toe in a layer of molten gold. And I left her to stand there, that she might serve as a grim reminder of what befalls those who sin in my domain. But that was not enough, for the entire city was tainted by her sin, and the wager could no longer be won. So I had no choice but to wipe the slate clean. I gilded them all, to make way for a new wave, and began the wager again.
So that's how they decided. Okay.
Each of them, and all who came after, lined the halls of this city, inanimate but conscious, suspended in time with only their sight and hearing preserved, so they may bear witness to and lament the folly of your kind for eternity, the silent golden sentinels.
So you're responsible just for destroying all these lives.
I give your kind a second chance at life, as well as ample warning about my law.
I guess that's true. This
And
isn't
when
even
you
like the first
disobey,
life.
And you always disobey. You force my hand, bringing terrible
But you're being a
suffering
dick,
upon
dude.
yourselves. And so you ask if I am the one destroying your lives. And I say, no. You destroy yourselves.
Oh,
I
fuck off,
am
dude.
merely
You
the
know
means by which you do it.
that's bullshit. Where did these golden bowls come
When my
from?
kin departed, they left behind many relics which I inherited. A consolation prize of sorts.
Okay.
The golden bow originally belonged to one of my kin, who the Romans called Diana. As my collection of golden statues grew, I chose the most ferocious among them, and equipped them each with a duplicate of her bow, and tasked them with hunting down the Forsaken at my behest. They became known simply as Furies.
Ah. What do you consider a sin?
I've always considered that the cornerstone of morality is the ability to determine right from wrong on one's own.
Uh-huh.
No attempt to lay out rules like your Code of Hammurabi or your 12 Tables of the Roman Republic can ever cover all possible
Okay.
scenarios. This should come as no surprise to you, since the core principle has been expressed in many forms by many of your civilizations. The Egyptians made a rudimentary attempt with do to the doer to make him do. The Greeks refined it with avoid doing what you would blame others for doing. The Roman Stoics added treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Even the so-called cultists hiding among you often say, do unto others
Oh,
as you would
the
have them do unto
Christians?
you. It is the simplest of
The Christian
concepts,
cultists.
and each one of you is born with the faculties required to apply it to any situation. Yet none of the peoples who expressed this rule were able to uphold it. Curious, is it not?
Like, I'm just like thinking now, like, imagine if like Christianity was seen as like a cult now, and you just had giant churches that like were kind of like Scientology, but instead of like them being like those Scientology churches, it would just be a normal like building, and then it would just say Christianity and like big uppercase letters all across the building. It doesn't seem like you've been upholding it either.
Enough. You clearly know nothing.
I guess so. How do you know when people sin?
I'm able to commune with all of the statues in the city.
Oh.
Their ears are my ears, and their eyes
So
are
if
my
they're
eyes.
in an area where you can't see, then you wouldn't know. Is Proserpina connected to the statues in the same way?
If she was still conscious, I suppose she could, but she's not. Why do you ask?
No reason.
Then what an odd question.
I've seen some terrible things here that you didn't consider a sin. How could you let them happen?
Do you plan to speak in sweeping generalizations? Or are you going to give me an
I
example?
have plenty, dude. Okay.
I've
Suicide.
seen no such thing, but in any case, taking one's own life is a self-directed act. It is not one that is done to others, however they may be affected by it. Therefore, it cannot be said that one who commits suicide has done anything unto others.
That seems like extremely literal interpretation of the
Blindness
rule.
rule always requires us to interpret the meaning of the words. A literal interpretation helps to minimize the ambiguities of your primitive language.
If our language is full of ambiguities, doesn't that make the rule inherently subjective and unreliable?
Supposing you're right, then my law has been broken, and I should turn you all to gold immediately. Is that what you want?
No, of course not. Never mind.
Now tell me, what other sins do you believe?
Scam.
Ah, the tavern keeper, yes. How is that inconsistent with the rule?
Do unto others? She wouldn't want someone else to sell her at Hemlock if she thought she was buying a means of
I
escape.
disagree. Having watched that tavern keeper, that is precisely what she would expect from others. She would view it as a game, one she intends to win.
Fair. You can't know what you would expect. She's just
Blindness
speculating.
rule always requires speculation to some degree. It requires us to ask what another person would want if they found themselves in another situation.
Fair enough.
Now tell me, what other sin?
Debt
You
bondage?
speak of the moneylender. How is that inconsistent with the rule?
He wouldn't want to be trapped in a 30-year labor contract because of a
And he
loan.
would never have signed a contract pledging his labor for 30 years. All he did was enforce the terms of a contract signed voluntarily.
That's true. The whole concept of debt bondage, like slavery, is unethical. It's illegal under international law where I'm from.
Ignoring your irritating sense of moral superiority. This is interesting. I'm curious, how do people escape poverty where you're from?
It's customary to take out a loan to buy a house and in some places to pay for an
I
education.
see. And how long might it take such a person to repay their debt?
It depends. Typically decades, sometimes their entire
I
life.
fail to see how your system of loans
Okay,
is
okay, fine.
significantly different
Fuck you.
to a debt bondsman
Fuck you, dude.
signing
You beat
over.
me on this one. Fair
Now
enough.
tell me,
Experiments on the golden
the
statues.
midwife in the palace, yes. How is that inconsistent with the rule?
She wouldn't want to be experimented upon if she was gilded.
The rule is do unto others, meaning other people.
Oh, yeah, they're
Those statues are something else now.
bloodless shadows.
Mere shapes of their former selves. They are forsaken. What happens to them is no concern of mine.
I
Now
see.
tell me,
Abduction?
abduction? You mean the magistrate imprisoning
Yeah.
his daughter in the cistern, I take it. He did so because she sought to escape. A sin I take particularly
That's a sin?
seriously.
To escape?
Better that he stops her from escaping, albeit brutishly, than I have to wipe out this entire city to punish her. Wouldn't you agree?
Fair
now
enough.
tell me,
It's no wonder people say the gods are cruel. This just shows how unreliable and subjective your moral code is. You're no better at judging right from wrong than any
do
human.
you honestly think you could do better?
No, but that's my point. Nobody's grasp of right and wrong is so perfect they can be trusted with all this power. You become a
I should
tyrant.
strike you down for that.
And if you did, you'd be proving my point.
Now, did you have any other questions before your reckoning?
Let's talk about something
Very
else. Well, that's all the
Good.
questions I had.
Then now it is time for your reckoning. Only, it seems, something is wrong. It has long been within my power to see to the hearts of mortals and weigh their deeds in life. But when I peer into you, I see only a blank slate, as if you did not exist until you appeared in
You
this
can't see
city.
the future.
How is this possible? Caron, where did you find this one?
I do not remember ferrying you. How did you come here?
I'm from the future.
If that is true, then I sense the intervention of someone powerful.
How did you come to be in this time, mortal? Who brought you here?
He cannot know.
I was hoping you could tell me.
I do not know. My kin departed long ago, and Proserpine has slumbered for 3,000 years.
I guess that means you don't know everything that goes on here.
Tread lightly, mortal. Enough of this. It seems I will need to put your reckoning on hold for now. But answer this. Why have you come here? What is it you seek?
I'd like you to put an end to the golden rule.
Your hubris is amusing, so I will allow you to make your case. But I warn you, if you anger me or waste my time with lies or wrong-headed arguments, you face death here. So, tell me, why should I put an end to the so-called Golden Rule?
How can you expect us to live without sin if you can't do it yourself? The golden rule is corrupting the city and ensuring that you'll never win the wager. Yeah, the golden rule is corrupting the city and ensuring you'll never win the wager.
How so? And be specific. You have made a grave allegation, and I expect you to back it up.
So there's jumping at shadows like Virgil's sexuality. Aurelia is exploiting people's desperations to escape by selling them hemlock.
I admit, I have grown disturbed watching them.
Malleolus has trapped people in debt bondage by convincing them that rebelling would break your law.
His cruelty does seem to grow greater by the day.
And Rufius has become so paranoid that he's jumping at shadows like Virgil's sexuality.
He is a volatile and confused fellow, that one.
That's all the example I can think of.
Pathetic. You will need to do a
Oh,
lot
wait, really?
better than that.
How can you expect us to live without sin if you can't do it yourself?
That is a very serious accusation, mortal. What sin have I committed? What evidence do you have to support it?
You've trapped people in the city against their will.
These people were all dead when my servant found them. I gave them a second chance at life. Would you prefer to have simply ceased to exist?
Maybe.
Then you still have the option to end your life should you wish, and you are no worse off than if I had not intervened. Accordingly, I reject your argument.
You've given terrible punishments to hundreds of people, some for minor sins and some who committed no sins at all.
Every one of those people was guilty of failing to ensure their peers lived virtuously. They failed collectively, and so they were punished.
If it's collective, then maybe can't you be part of this collective? If you're the fucking god, shouldn't you be gilded? If our positions were reversed, you wouldn't want me to punish you for the sins of other people.
But I am a god, and you are a mortal. Why would you expect me to treat you as I treat my own kind? You are not a peer. You are not a respected equal. Let me ask you this. Do you treat insects as you wish to be treated? Do you care for their well-being as you would your fellow man? Do you ensure they have food and shelter and protection from predators? Do you give them rights?
No.
Of course not. Because that would be absurd, just as it would be absurd for me to treat your kind as equals.
Your kind and mine can't be so different given that you're in love with one of us.
My love for her does not mean I am not superior, now that she is mortal.
What makes your kind superior to mine?
Where to begin? Our lifespans exceed yours by thousands of years, in which time we accumulate vast wisdom and a mastery of technology you cannot begin to imagine.
Lifespan, so you're not immortal then?
It would be most unwise to get ideas about attacking me.
Why does wisdom and technology make you
Because
superior?
that is the source of our power over you.
So you think you're not obliged to treat us fairly because you're more powerful than us?
You could say
What was it the Greek Stoics, the Roman Stoics said? Treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat
My
you.
kin have no superiors.
But didn't you say Jupiter was your leader? There's a hierarchy within your kin.
That is true. Go on.
So are you treating humans the way you would wish Jupiter to treat you?
Make your point, mortal.
I'm saying if you can't follow your own rule, how can you expect humans to?
Let me ponder that for a moment. If you are right, then it would follow that all this time I have been in the wrong. But no, the very thought of it grieves me.
I think I might be
How
wrong.
can I
No,
accept your argument?
that would be
Doing
awful.
so
I'm
would
never
make me
wrong.
A tyrant and a monster.
You're not a monster, you're a human, and you made a mistake.
Wait, what? What are you saying?
Humans make mistakes. It's in our nature.
You have spoken eloquently, and yet, if what you say is true, it follows that my wager was fatally flawed from the beginning. But that would mean Jupiter, Proserpina's father, who knew more about you than anyone, proposed a wager I could never win. Why would he do that?
Perhaps he wanted you to abandon the wager so Proserpina would be free from you.
Perhaps. But if that was so, surely I would have sensed his deception. How could I have been so blind for so long?
Perhaps when you took on human form, you took on some human foibles as well.
Your words sting me, mortal. But perhaps it is what I deserve.
Oh shit.
As difficult as this is to admit, I have suspected as much for a long time now.
Yeah, you like guys
I
enjoy
cannot
like the
deny
good emotions and stuff, but you could also have the failings of
I've been
humans.
so fixated on taking my beloved to Elysium that every time one of you sinned, it wore away my hope of being with her again. In time, I began to despise your kind for making her believe that you could ever be better than you are. But my rage was not born of malice. Quite the opposite. Everything I have done, I did because I loved her. Who knew this empathy of yours, which you celebrate so much, could have such a dark underside? This has gone on too long. It is time for me to let go of this form, of her, of all of you.
What do you look like?
But know this. If I abandon the wager and leave for Elysium, neither she nor your kind may ever ascend.
Well, we know where we can't go to Elysium. We just want to return to the world.
Very well.
It's fine,
I will have
guess.
Charon make arrangements to ferry the others. But as for you, be aware you will be separated from the rest.
Why?
Once this exodus begins, the events that brought you to this moment will never have taken place.
Yeah, okay.
And you will have created a paradox. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering in the natural flow of time.
Well, we'll be fine.
Now, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Farewell, mortal.
Peace. Did it. We fucking did it. Hey, it's Al. Hey.
Oh. Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al.
Al Worth? I came in to find you.
Here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Okay, we've had this conversation a few times now. Because of really,
Know who
you know who
are.
I am.
I barely remember how I got here myself. Oh, did that lady in the forest send you in here after me? I guess I lost track of time, learning about the history of this place, and it is extraordinary. I'm fairly certain you and I are the first people to set foot in this city for about 2,000 years. Fortunately for us, the last person in here was a Roman man named Galerius, who inscribed an account into a tablet. Apparently, there was a community of 20-something people trapped in here, and living in fear of a curse they called the Golden Rule. They believed that if even one person sinned, an unknown god would cast them all into gold, like the 1,000 people who'd lived here before them. Then, one day, just as Galerius had finished praying for a good harvest at the shrine of Proserpina, an oracle appeared and told him how to solve the ills of the city, like saving the life of a dying
oracle,
preventing the suicide of a man in debt bondage, freeing a falsely accused prisoner, foiling an assassination attempt, and so on. Meanwhile, the oracle walked up to the temple of the mysterious god, this one right here, and demanded an audience. And the doors just opened up to him. Nobody knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote the oracle must have been more persuasive than Odysseus, because the next thing he knew, the ground shook and the voice of that god rang out over the city. The many have suffered long enough. Unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of stops after that, leaving a lot of questions unanswered. What became of him and the other people who lived here? What happened to all the golden statues? And did this mysterious oracle single-handedly undo the curse that had terrorized people for hundreds of years?
Actually, that was me.
What? Oh, I see. For a moment there, I thought you were serious.
You're not gonna believe
Anyway,
me.
I think I found a way out through the aqueduct that brought water into the city. Follow me.
Oh yeah. Right behind you. This fucking tosses me into here. You gonna board this up? Alright, dude. Good idea. I'll talk to Charon again. I wonder if Charon now remembers me. Oh no, Charon wouldn't remember me from that because there's a time paradox. That was Charon like 2,000 years ago. So Charon's really changed her appearance 2,000 years.
But you're alone. Does that mean you didn't find Al?
I found him. He'll be here in a moment.
Why don't you tell me what you just...
I discovered you're not who you said you were. I remember meeting you 2,000 years ago.
Ah, I see. I thought you might. Well, now you know. I suppose you have questions.
Not really. Who are you really?
I do not enjoy deceiving people. Believe me, that most people find that you died of my...
We already know this. How did I die?
As
Wanna know?
a nearby you that you were...
Pluto said the coins Al and I had were the last in existence. What does that mean for you?
It means I am now bereft of purpose. There is nobody else to ferry here. No.
Cool. Can you return us to the land of the
I
living?
see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now. Al! It's so good to see you.
Kinda lost track of time, and there was a tablet describing an oracle who confronted a god and undid an ancient curse.
A lot of this is just reused
Sounds
dialogue
like quite
we've
a
already
story.
heard.
And I look forward to hear. You two look exhausted.
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are you ready to go home?
Alright, Sharon. Various home. Is this... Oh shit, 1 year later. Epilogue. No shit, we're at a museum! A museum! Sumer, ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, ancient Rome. That's a lot of exhibits.
Hey, you made it. It's great to see you again. I read your book, and what the critics said about it. I guess they weren't ready for your theories about the underworld. Anyway, after everything you've been through, I thought you might appreciate some good news. So after we got back to the real world, I started doing some research into the people mentioned in Galerius' tablet, and I found something strange. I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. I've been dying to tell you, I just really wanted you to see this for yourself. Why don't you head on down there? I'll catch up with you at the other end.
Is this the tablet that Galerius wrote for me? I bet you it is. Hello? Oh shit,
You're finally
Galerius?
here. Remember me?
Galerius, what are you doing
It's a crazy
here?
story. After you disappeared, Karen appeared and told us she was returning us to the world. Even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Only, for some reason, she returned us to your world instead of ours. Anyway, I know we only ever had that one conversation, and I wasn't even sure if you'd remember me, but I wanted to say thanks for freeing us from the underworld and giving us a second chance at life.
Oh yeah, no one really even knows me anymore. What are you doing with yourself these days?
Oh, I used Karen's gift to buy a farm in Umbria. Got a villa on it too, with enough room for Dooley, of course.
Oh hell
It's
yeah,
hard work,
she lives
but
with
I sleep
Dooley.
soundly every night. I'm finally my own man, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
1 second. Oops. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. You're with Aquatia
I
now?
know. I can't believe my luck either. But we're engaged and living together.
With
We're planning to
Dooley.
get married next spring. If you're gonna be around, we'd love to see you there.
Yeah, love that. Count me in. It was good to see you again,
Of course,
Galerius.
there's a whole museum full of people waiting for a chance to thank you. So you'd better keep moving. We'll speak again soon, my friend.
Oh, hello.
Dooley.
It's you.
Hello.
Speed.
I'm Dooley.
Yeah, I remember who you are,
Galerius
Dooley.
said you're very nice and a big helper. Thank you for getting us out of the bad place.
There he is.
I didn't like it.
What are you doing with yourself these days?
I live at Galerius and Equitia's house. They look after me now and help me remember when I forget things, like brushing my teeth.
Oh, Dooley. I'm sorry I never found your
Hey.
treasure.
Oh, I forgot about that. I like my box now. Galerius got me a box that tells.
Oh, hell yeah, he just likes TV.
It's my favourite thing.
Good shit, Dooley. Story boxes are great,
Yeah.
aren't they?
They're fun.
It's good seeing you
Bye-bye.
again, Dooley. Hey, Persipina? Sorry, Aquatia? Are you
You're
Persipina?
here. It's lovely to
Or
finally
no, you are
meet you.
Persipina.
Galerius
Sorry,
told
I'm getting
me all
confused.
about you.
Good to see you too, Aquatia.
So, you're the hero who somehow vanquished the last of the Roman gods. As I'm a priestess, you realize you've put me out of work. I'm just teasing. Actually, and it still feels a little sacrilegious to say this, I'm finding life after religion quite enjoyable.
What are you doing with yourself these days?
Galerius and I are engaged and expecting. We've just bought a lovely villa in the countryside with room for a large family. And Dooley too, of course.
Of course, Dooley.
It feels like the world has just opened up for us. There's so much to learn, and so many more possibilities for our children than we ever imagined. We're just so thankful for what you did for us. For all of us.
How's
Oh,
Livia?
it's sweet of you to ask. She recovered nicely. In fact, she's here somewhere, if you'd like to ask her yourself.
I'll do that. It's good to
See
see
you
you
at
again. Okay.
Oh, hello.
Oh, of course he's a military dude. Oh wait, that's Horatius. Julia. Roman shield.
Hey.
Hey. Hey, Horatius.
Hi there, I'm Horatius.
Hi, Horatius.
I understand we have you to thank for giving us a second chance at life. And reuniting Centilla with us as well. So,
Hey, G.I. Joe.
thank you.
What are you doing with yourself these
I'm
days?
living up north and studying in the military academy in Modena. I'm going to be an
Moderna?
officer one day. The world's changed a lot.
I mean, imagine if Moderna
But
had an
some things
army.
stay the same. Would you believe we're still studying
They're gonna
military
force
tactics from
force
my time?
vaccinate you.
Alexander the Great,
They got guns with like
Caesar,
fucking
Hannibal Barker.
vaccines. Blah blah
I
blah blah
have
blah
to keep
blah.
challenging myself to let go of old ways of thinking and embrace the new. As Seneca wrote, the ones who pioneered our paths aren't our masters, but our guides.
I'm sorry I never got to see your girl again.
Right, you remembered that. Thank you. I grieved for a time, but that's done. In the words of Epictetus, as those who rode behind triumphant generals remind them they are mortal, remind yourself your precious one isn't one of your possessions, but something given for now, not forever.
Well said. Whatever happened to your buddy
He's not my...
Demetrius?
Oh, I see what you did there. Good one. He had more trouble adapting than most. He got himself disqualified from the UFC.
UFC?
So he started some kind of underground blood sport tournament, like we had in Rome.
That's rad.
Suppose it appealed to people's baser instincts. And they say he made some good coin, killing a bunch of men like that. But his luck finally ran out, and his life along with it. You know what they say. Live by the sword, die by the sword.
Fair. That's a shame.
Perhaps.
It's good to see you again, Horatius.
And you.
Sentia. Hey, you always fucking hated on me.
I take it you're the Oracle. Thanks for coming.
Oh, now you're not being a bitch. Good to see you again, Sentia.
Actually, I changed my name to Cynthia.
Oh, that makes sense.
I didn't want to be associated with Sentius after what happened.
Fair.
I'm not sure if you heard.
Cynthia, oh.
But after you drove Pluto off, Proserpina emerged from the Great Temple.
Oh shit, what?
She knew right away what none of us had figured out about that psychopath. He'd been keeping my little sister locked up in the upper cistern all that time.
Damn.
But he's been dealt with. He's... you know what? The important thing is, we'll never see him again.
What are you doing with yourself these days?
Anything I want. I'm a woman of means in a vast new world. I can go wherever and do whatever I please. Of
Hell
course,
yeah.
I mostly just stay in my villa and have my servant Alexa summon things for me, because it's just awful out there. Barbarians everywhere.
Yeah, everyone's a barbarian. What happened to Sentius?
He's
Tell me.
still there, all alone. The last golden
shit.
statue in the underworld. Trapped in a metal shell, slowly losing his mind until the end of time. Eternal
Sweet.
torment. Just what he deserves, if you ask me.
Good. It was good to see you again,
too.
Cynthia.
See you around.
Oh, hey. Yulia.
You're the Oracle, right?
That's me.
Oh, of
Cousin
course,
Billy is fine.
Sorry. And I never got a chance to thank you for telling Galerius how to save my life. And of course, getting me and all of us out of a terrible situation.
What are you doing with yourself these days?
Oh, I barely recognize myself. I'm living in a house share in London
Oh,
with
shit.
my wonderful girlfriend.
Oh, I knew
and
you were
I'm
gay.
studying
Hell
English
yeah.
at university. Eventually, I want to travel the world and write about it. Turns out, it's about 30 times bigger
Yeah,
than
these
the
people are
Roman
pretty good at
Empire
English.
ever was. Did you know there are entire continents Rome never knew existed? And you can travel almost anywhere in an aircraft, which is rather like flying on a Pegasus, but much more comfortable. Oh, sorry, you already know all that, of course. I'm just so excited. There's so much to see and learn and write about.
Hell yeah. I'm glad you're
I
happy.
really am.
Whatever happened to Malleolus and Claudia?
Last I heard, Malleolus kept insisting he was the last rightful ruler of the Roman Empire, and wound up being committed to a psychiatric hospital.
Rad.
As for Claudia, she was always so viciously unhappy. Someone said she'd blown all her money on wine, trying to drink herself back to the underworld. After the horrific way they treated Ulpius and me, I can't help feeling a sense of... what's that German word? Schadenfreude?
Sounds like they got what was coming to them. I think you're allowed to feel that
Thank
way.
you. You're very kind.
Whatever happened to Areola? Aurelia. Areola. That wasn't a bit. That was literally what I read.
Ugh. Someone told me she was boasting about getting her claws into some rich prince, and how she was going to be living the high life from now on. Even in your time, life still isn't fair. Apparently, he'd proposed before they'd even met. And last I heard, she'd bought herself a first-class one-way ticket to join him in some exotic place called... what was it? Nigeria? Some people have all the luck.
She met a Nigerian prince. Hell yeah. As the Oracle, I foresee terrible disappointment in our future.
Really? Huh. I feel better already. Thank you.
It's good to see you again,
too.
Yulia.
If you're ever in London, let me know. We can go to bars and drink wine and listen to the stories of the 9 million people who live there.
Hell yeah. I'll take you up
I
on that.
hope so.
Alright, Lucretia.
You are here.
I like your
It's
dress,
nice to
Lucretia.
finally
You're like
meet
Cruella
you.
de Vil. Hey,
Lucy
Lucretia.
is fine. I'm making an effort
Lucy.
to blend in, as you can see. We are all trying to keep a low profile.
Change it to Lucy.
If the world
Hell
knew
yeah.
we died 2,000 years ago and were suddenly brought back to life 12 months ago, they'd never leave us alone. Speaking of which, I wanted to say thank you in person. I'd say the gods smile on you, but I hear you drove the last of them off. So,
What are you doing with yourself
I'm
these
studying
days?
to get into medical school.
That makes
As
sense.
much as I resented the responsibility of keeping everyone in the city alive, when it ended, I realized I missed it. So I guess I'll just keep saving the world, if begrudgingly, one patient at a time.
It's good to see you,
You
Lucy.
too.
Hey, did the guy that lived underground, is
Hey.
he gonna be here? Let's talk to you first. The hermit. Oh yeah, it is the hermit
Greetings.
philosopher. Dude, the hermit philosopher. He has a bow
I take
tie.
it
Oh
you're
my god, the bow
oracle
tie is. What the fuck
everybody's
just
talking
happened?
about. It's a pleasure to finally meet you.
He met before, though. I wouldn't expect you to remember
We
it.
have. I'm sorry, I don't remember. In any case, I'm Philip. I
Philip?
never thought I'd leave that cave, let alone the city. And now I'm living in the 21st century. What a time!
Is he supposed to be like a philosopher that I
And
just
it
don't
seems I have
remember?
your Catabasis to thank for it.
Catabasis. What are you doing with yourself
I'm
these
working as
days?
a consultant to the Faculty of Classics at Cambridge University, helping fill the odd
Oh my
gap
god,
in
imagine if you could have all these
Not that I
ancient
need the
Roman
money,
people that like.
I do love being around enlightened.
Because we're like missing so many things from like the Roman Empire. Like there's like good swaths of like, especially literature, that's just like gone. Like the reason why everyone's so familiar with like the Battle of Troy and like all that shit is because that's like what we have. And at that, like the Trojan like war shit, like that whole epic, we only have like two of the what we have, like we have what was it? The Odyssey. We have like what was it, like maybe like 2 or 3 epics or something like that, when it's supposed to be like 17 or more. Like there's like a lot of stories that we just don't get at all from just that one giant tale, because they just got lost to history. So that's so sick. It's good to see you
My
again.
sincere thanks.
Georges. Hey, Georges. Hell yeah, he does look exactly like I would imagine.
Oracle. It is a sincere privilege to
He
finally
looks
make
fucking
your
good. I
acquaintance.
like the purple.
I am Georgius.
Good to see you too, Georges. He probably wanted to wear purple for so long since purple is such a hard color to
I
like
am told
put together.
we have you to thank for freeing us from Hades, and for that.
And also I
am
think only
most
like
grateful.
higher up people can like wear purple, like the emperor or some shit. What are you doing with
I
stuff
am
these days?
reacquainting myself with Greece. It has changed so much over the last 2,000 years, I barely recognize it. This is at once heartbreaking and thrilling. Perhaps one day, once I have seen all of this new Greece and sampled her delights, I will settle down in Santorini in a villa overlooking the Azure Aegean Sea. I hope you will join me there and regale me with the story of how you faced off against the fearsome god of the underworld and won.
Sure. That's awesome. Consider me there. It's
You
good to see you
too,
again,
my-
Georges. Fabia.
You're the one we've been waiting for. I'm Fabia.
Why do you look like fucking Fred Flintstone or some shit? What is this outfit? Fucking look like Wilma. Hi,
I wanted to
Fabia.
say thanks for sending Galerius to save my life. I don't know how you knew, but I would have been crushed by that shrine for sure.
Yeah, I just know these things. You're welcome.
I'm just so happy to be here with you and everyone together again, even if it's just for one more night.
What are you doing with yourself these days,
Well,
Fabia?
It's not like I have to work with all the silver Charon gave me, so I just do what makes me happy. Mostly that means baking for my friends and looking at memes while binging
Hell
TV
yeah.
shows in yoga pants. What a time to be alive.
That's awesome. Sounds like a life well spent.
It really...
It's good to see you, Fabia. Hello?
Some soiree, innit?
I love Decius.
Oh, hello at last. You must be the oracle I've heard so much about. I'm Dacius.
Hi, Decius.
Listen, I wanted to express my sincere appreciation for what you did. If it wasn't for you, I'd never been able to sell all those useless old relics I accumulated. Whatever you did in that temple made me a very wealthy man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Most gracious of you.
What are you doing with yourself these
I
days?
took the money I made from selling my trinkets and started investing in the stock market.
In
That's where the real money
NFTs.
is
This
now.
dude definitely fucking
In fact,
sells
I was hoping to ask
NFTs.
your advice. You being the oracle and future seer and all that, on which stocks I should invest in
NFTs.
next.
Go with
I can't decide
NFTs.
between fossil fuels, tobacco, gambling, and arms. What would you recommend?
I can't really see the future, I'm afraid.
Oh, don't be like that. You can tell your old pal Dacius. I won't take no for an answer.
Broadcast television. DVD rentals. Bright future.
Oh, of course, yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. I'll go home and buy up as much stock as I can tonight. I'm gonna make a bloody fortune.
I'll be going
Of
now.
course, don't let me keep you. Thanks again for the tips, my friend.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Good evening.
He's gonna buy NFTs, he's gonna get even richer.
Hello there.
Hey Octavia.
Oh, hello. It's lovely to meet you. I've heard so much about you.
Nice to see you too,
I'm
Octavia.
thankful that you're here. I was sure the person who drove off the last pagan god would have more important things to do than visit the likes of us. But thank you for coming and for saving our lives. What you did was extraordinary, and I'll never forget it.
What are you doing with yourself these
I'm living
days?
in Rome again, in a charming little flat by the Tiber.
Oh, that's
Not
nice.
far from my old place. Oh, and I'm training to be a crisis counselor.
That's good.
After you sent Galerius to persuade Ulpius not to take his own life, I was inspired.
I'm glad you like
I
that.
just want to spend the rest of my life helping people, like you helped him.
Sounds like a noble cause. Good on you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
It's good to
And
see you.
Oh, and I hope this isn't too forward, but some of us are going out for a drink after this, if you'd like to join us.
Sounds good. I'm in.
Wonderful. I'll see you.
Greek lion statue. Hey, Livia.
Greetings.
You're less crazy now. Good to see you looking well, Livia.
Thank you for your kind words and for liberating us all. In all the time I was in the underworld, I never once imagined that I might end up in a place so much like
Oh, yeah, you
Elysium.
think this is probably Elysium for you. What are you doing with yourself these days?
I'm recovering. Octavia was kind enough to let me stay with her for a while. At least until I'm well enough to be independent again.
Read any good poems lately?
Ah, you remember that. I'm a little tired of Ovid, but that's all right. I have 2,000 years worth of poetry to catch up on now. I'm already up to the 19th century, and am quite enjoying the work of a fellow named Poe. I think I may have found a kindred spirit. Men have called me mad, but the question is not yet settled whether madness is or is not the loftiest intelligence.
Well said. It's
And
good to see you again.
Farewell, friend.
Alright. Oh my god, we still got more. Hey, Kabosh.
It is
Hell
an
yeah, I like
honor
your jacket.
to finally meet you, Oracle.
Thanks, Kabosh.
You know my name? Oh, of course. You are an oracle. You know many things. I too would like to offer my thanks for releasing us from that place, and for your role in bringing us here. This world is truly wondrous.
What are you doing these
For
days?
a time, I returned to Alexandria, but they have no need of another fisherman, and I came to see there is nothing for me there.
Egypt?
Instead, I have
Having someone from
decided to
ancient
follow
Egypt
the
come to
custom
modern
of
day
your
Egypt must be
roots
so
and
fucking weird.
backtrack
Like the
the
weirdest
world.
of weird.
It is a great adventure, and I have met many
Hell
people
yeah.
from many cultures.
Good shit, Kabosh.
I spent the first 25 years of my life avoiding the 42 sins that would deny me access to the afterlife. Now, I think it is time I had some fun.
Sounds like you've earned it.
Indeed.
Good to see you again. Alright. Let's talk with you guys first. Are you guys together?
Nice to meet you.
Good to see you too,
I
Rufius.
go by Rufus now.
Oh, that's a good one.
New start.
You guys you're totally together with Virgil.
Oh, and thanks, by the way.
I'm shipping you
For
guys.
what you did. Sorry, I'm no good with the mushy stuff.
What are you doing with yourself these days?
I live with Virgil in
Hell yeah, I knew it.
Not far from where he grew up. It's very modern.
Hello.
Destroyed in the war, and it
Hello.
rebuilt itself. Good place for a fresh start. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with my life yet. One adjustment at a time.
Turns out you were right. The statues really were watching us.
Good to know. Anyway, it was good practice for the new world. Security cameras and smartphones everywhere. Got to stay vigilant.
That is unfortunately true. It's good to see you again, Rufus.
Look us up next time you're in the Netherlands. We're grateful.
So he was just picking on Virgil because he was also gay, and
It's so nice to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you.
and Rufus just had like really weird fucking. I mean, he was super Christian. Christian when it first became Christian. Good to see
I
you,
wanted
Virgil.
to thank you personally for getting us out of there. And
Yeah, no sweat.
For helping Rufus come to terms with himself. He may come off a little gruff, but once you get past that, he's a lovely fellow.
What are you doing with yourself these
I'm
days?
studying to be an architect again, and
Awesome.
living with Rufus in a beautiful
They must have
flat in
be
Rotterdam,
learning a lot more
just
shit
down the
now.
river from Nijmegen, where I grew up. Of course, it's improved immensely since I was there last. Gleaming futuristic buildings and clean streets full of educated,
I like
accepting people.
Rotterdam.
You
I think
natives
it's a
of the
nice city.
21st century have no
Like
idea how
Amsterdam's cool, but I
fortunate you
really
are.
like the feel of Rotterdam. It was good to see you again,
You too.
Virgil.
As Rufus said in his own laconic way, if you're ever in the Netherlands, we'd love to show you around.
Yep. I may just take you up on that.
Hello there.
Oh, hey, Centilla. Hi.
I go by Gabriella now.
Yeah, I don't blame
I
you.
didn't want to be reminded of that monster every time I heard my own name. After you drove Pluto off, Proserpina came and released me.
Thank
and
God.
The monster got what was coming to him.
Sounds like he got what he deserved. What are you doing with yourself these days?
I'm living with Ulpius on a little vineyard in Umbria.
That's nice.
It's even more wonderful than I dreamed it would be. I'm so grateful to you for making sure he's still with us. If you're ever passing through the region, I hope you'll come and visit us.
Yeah, sure.
You can try some of our very own wine.
Hell yeah. I might just do that. It's good to see you again, Gabriella.
You too.
Alright, Ulpius. Let's talk, boy.
It's nice to finally put a face to the name. I'm Ulpius.
Good to see you too,
I
Ulpius.
understand I have you to thank for sending Galerius to save my life.
That's me.
The way you just showed up out of the blue and stopped me from making a terrible mistake. I'll be forever in your debt.
No more debt bondage, dude. What are you doing with yourselves these days?
I'm living with Gabriella in Umbria. We finally bought the little vineyard we always dreamed of. It'll be a little while before we know what we're doing, but every day I look at her and this extraordinary new world with all its beauty, and I think, what if I'd given up hope and missed out on all of this?
Glad you
So
didn't.
we're living each day to the fullest. And we end them all the same way, sitting together on our terrace with a glass of our wine, which the locals say is almost drinkable now, and watching the sunset over the rolling hillside. And I couldn't be happier.
Hell yeah. I'm glad you're
Thank
happy.
you.
It's good to
You
see you
too.
too, Ulpius. Is this Al? It's totally Al.
There you are. I hope you enjoyed that.
I did.
Now, there's one more person I wanted to introduce you to. I think you know her.
Oh shit, Proserpina.
Sorry if I frightened you. Just a little joke I've been saving for a long, long time.
That's a pretty good joke. I recognize that
Allow me
voice.
to introduce myself properly. I am Proserpina, former goddess of the cycle of life and renewal, and now a regular mortal. I wanted to meet you in person, and thank you for freeing all these people, and me. I hate to think what would have happened to us without your intervention.
You were whispering to me all along?
Indeed. Suffice it to say that while Pluto was controlling the eyes and ears of each golden statue, I was able to control their tongues, and whisper to you when he was distracted. I am sorry my messages were so cryptic. There were only ever brief windows in which I could speak to you without being detected.
Did what you could do, thank you. You created the time loop?
I did. I may have given up my immortality, but I still retain my gifts as the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal.
Oh, that makes sense.
After witnessing
Makes
Pluto
sense.
punish countless
Okay.
poor souls over thousands of years, I knew this generation, the final wave, would not survive. So I tried to give them a way to buy more time. A second chance. Rather, as many second chances as they needed to avoid his wrath. So I whispered to Sentius in secret, telling him the prayer required to create a portal in my shrine. I knew the danger of humans being corrupted by godly power, and so I put a safeguard in place. I required the creator of the portal to sacrifice their own life, so that it could only be used selflessly to help others. What I did not anticipate is that Sentius would retain his accumulated memories from each previous day, and as a veteran soldier he had long since shed his fear of death. He quickly discovered that he could, in effect, prolong his own life indefinitely by exploiting the cycle. Of course, once I had taught him the prayer, I could not unteach him, and there was little I could do but wait for someone like you to come along and see him for what he was.
Yep, we did.
We were all fortunate you came along when you did.
What became of
I
Pluto?
don't know what happened to him. I haven't heard from him, and I rather hope it stays that way.
What became of Sharon?
Oh, she inherited dominion over the underworld.
Oh, shit.
Last time we spoke, she was working on a new world of some kind. She wouldn't say what it was, but I'd be surprised if you don't run into her again. I imagine we all will, one day.
It was nice meeting
And
you.
although it feels like I've known you forever. Oh, and one last thing. Do you remember all those golden statues?
Oh, are those the people
scattered
down
throughout the
here?
city?
Of course.
Good, because they remember you. Well done, my friend. Of
Aw.
all the heroes who ever journeyed to the underworld and returned, none came close to achieving what you did. Hercules,
Is that me?
Orpheus, Theseus, and Aeneas would be proud.
Yeah, those are like... Oh, that's the canon ending. I got the real ending. Cool. We did it. We did it. It kind of just ends like very weirdly, right? Like, I feel like it's such a weird end to the story. Hope you enjoyed the Forgotten City. Yeah, cool. Thanks. I recommend this game to people. It's a fun game. Yeah, it kind of ends like a little weird, I will say. It's like I feel like they like wanted to say more. I feel like they could have like done a little bit more about like connecting like the whole Sentia storyline and like what happens to Hades a little bit better into just one like the canon story. Because imagine the canon story is you don't actually see what the fuck Sentius is all about. Like you just get told, oh yeah, he's actually evil and like he saw every day. Like every time he died, he like had the continued knowledge of that. But yeah, it was a good game. I definitely enjoyed it. I hope you did too. I had a fun time. I had a fun time doing this. So yeah, we got more games coming up soon. So I'll see you then.